Our first speaker has apparently left plain old broadcasting aside and tunes into 80 stations on XM satellite radio, and that's all he listens to. Giving his number 7 speech from the CC manual entitled The Gift of Sight. Here's John Armstrong.
Everyone has a pair of them. Some are blue, some are green, some are brown, but they are all amazing. Eyes are the second most complex organ we possess, after the brain, and they are composed of more than 2 million working parts. About half our brain is involved in the same process. In a normal lifespan, your eyes will bring you over 20 million images of the world around you. They blink about 12 times a minute, or about 10,000 times a day. The eye is self-lubricating, self-repairing, and self-cleaning. Each part of the eye has unique responsibilities to allow us to see. Here is a basic diagram of the human eye. For those in the back, it may be a little hard to see. The eye is essentially a living video camera of extraordinary sensitivity. Like any good man-made camera, the eye has a black interior to prevent light from scattering, and an automatic focusing lens and an adjustable diaphragm to control the light. And like the most sophisticated modern digital cameras today, the eye has a light-sensitive layer, the retina, which is not labeled, but it's this area right in the eye, that can adjust to a wide range of brightness. But unlike any camera made by man, the retina can automatically change its sensitivity to brightness over a range of 10 billion to 1. The eye converts images into electrical signals that are sent immediately to the brain, where it processes those signals and makes necessary adjustments. The retina's light-sensitive cells, known as photoreceptors, can perceive a range of light from bright sunlit snow to a single photon, which is the smallest unit of light. The retina contains 120 million rods for night vision and about 8 million cones that are color sensitive and work best under daylight conditions. The iris is the colorful part of the eye. It contains 2 sets of muscles that work together to open and close the iris diaphragm. You can see them right here in the diagram. They're known as zonular fibers. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. But they change the shape of the lens and allow us to quickly change our focus. The human eye has 2 excellent lenses, the cornea and the lens proper. Although the cornea is often thought of as a protective window rather than a lens, it really functions as a lens. In fact, the cornea is 4 times more powerful in bringing light to focus on a retina than the lens itself. Unlike the fixed cornea, however, the lens can change its focus. This automatic focusing function allows us to quickly focus on any object we looked at. For example, I can look from Tito to Wanda, back to Tito to Wanda, and my eye will instantly focus faster than any man-made camera. Amazing. Most cameras focus by physically moving their hard lenses, but the lens of the eye is flexible like rubber and can quickly focus by changing its shape. While the cornea and lens develop from embryonic skin, most of the eyeball develops in the embryo as a bud from the brain. Therefore, you can actually examine part of someone's brain by looking them in the eye. A little gross, huh? The eyeball buds off the brain at just the right position for you to look at through the lens and the cornea. The eye lens sits within an envelope that is the thickness of a red blood cell. I'm not sure how thick that is, but I think it's pretty thin. Everywhere we turn our gaze, 12 separate muscles, 6 in each eye, move in perfect coordination for us to see the object we're looking at. If our eyes are even slightly misaligned, we see double. The external muscles that move the eyes are the strongest muscles in the human body for the job that they do. They are over 100 times more powerful than they need to be. Dr. Fritz Seller, if I mispronounce any of these muscles, please correct me on the spot. But as you can see, we have the 6 muscles as I mentioned. We have the medial and the lateral rectus, and they move the eye from left to right. We have the superior rectus and the inferior rectus, which move the eyes up and down. We have these amazing muscles here, the superior and the inferior oblique, which turn the eye like a doorknob. So these 6 muscles are working in conjunction to keep our eyes focused so we don't see double. Amazing. Our eyelids not only protect our eyes and cover them, but when we sleep or blink, they serve as a window wipers for the cornea. Deep under each eyelid, toward the side of our head, each eye has a gland of special reservoir eye washing fluid. These glands secrete a watery tear fluid that has just the right pH for our eyes. The fluid also contains special enzymes that help to keep the eye clean and prevent infection, and special oils to reduce evaporation. It also gives us a smooth surface on our cornea for optimal vision. The eye is the only part of the human body that can function at 100% ability at any moment of the day or night, without rest. I did not know that. Your eyelids need rest, the external muscles of your eyes need rest, but the eyes themselves never need rest. An interesting bit of history. Modern cataract operations have been made possible thanks to the Second World War. Sir Harold Ridley, who was a surgeon in London, found that pilots who came back from their missions had little pieces of perspex in their eyes, that's the shattered screens of the planes they were flying in, to which did not seem to object in the eye. There was no inflammation caused by them. This material was modified and was further developed into the artificial lenses that are used in cataract operations. And did you know that according to a recent survey, according to men, they say the first thing they notice in the eyes are the eyes of a woman. Yeah, that's true. And the first thing women notice is the guys are a bunch of liars. Does being colorblind mean you can only see in black and white? Not exactly. People who are colorblind just don't see things in as many colors as people with normal vision. They can see certain colors, but certain other colors they can't see, like certain reds, greens, or blues. Some colors are thus usurped for the colorblind person. Even Charles Darwin conceded that, quote, to suppose that the eye, with all its inimitable contrivances for adjusting the focus to different distances, for admitting different amounts of light, and for the correction of spherical and chromatic aberration, could have been formed by natural selection, seems, I freely confess, absurd in the highest possible degree. End quote. Absurd indeed. Proverbs 20:12 states that the hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord has made them both. When I look at our amazing eyes, I believe that to be true, and I am thankful for the gift of sight. Mr. Toastman.